Yo, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. I just want to make sure my audio is coming through because I can no longer hear it on my side just because I got a little bit of a simpler travel setup over here. But give me 1 second. I guess I'll be able to hear it on the live stream replay. But it is December 22nd. It is right around the corner from Christmas and the holiday season. I mean, actually, it might be the holiday season for some already. So give me 1 second, guys. I just want to make sure audio is coming through. We'll see how it sounds. 1 second, guys. I just want to make sure audio is coming through. All right, audio sounds good. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. All right, let's see who we got in the house. Andrew Johnston, so good to see you. Pandas represent. Luke, hello. Yes, you are early today. Good morning, Harris, or good evening to you, I suppose. Thank you guys for letting me know about the audio. I just got now. It's easier than playing. You just got a bot. It's easier than playing. Yeah, my bot is tearing it up right now. Actually, no, my bot sucks. If you can see here, I made it all the way to diamond, and then my bot lost like a ton of games yesterday. See, like I was in diamond and then boom, 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 boom. Oh wait, no, this isn't the right thing. It's much further back than this. Here, this losing streak went so much further, but you can see it dropped all the way to gold again, and I was like, yeah, you know, that's kind of what you get. You get what you pay for. But it's all good. Good to see you, Luke. Good to see you, Tilly Tots. Hello, hello, hello. Awesome, guys. Well, cheers. I am in Chicago waiting for this snowstorm that was supposed to arrive. I have no idea where it is, but it canceled the plans this evening to meet up with Luke, to meet up with Jim and Luthien and all the other folks. So, yeah, I don't even know. I guess here's the thing. I wouldn't mind a white Christmas, but it sucks that it canceled the plans. Because if it had snowed on like the 24th, that would have been perfect. Red Ted, what's going on? How? What's this I after sound? Does it count if it's your bot? So most of the time, my bot is the one playing. I do jump in a couple of games. And you know, I like so here's the thing. I like making it to diamond and then letting my bot play the rest, because I only have a gold level deck with 2 diamond level summoners and max. I don't even have all of the maxed out rewards cards yet. I don't have a lot of the new legendaries, but I just figure my bot can do better because it knows the percentages, it knows all of that, you know, all of that stuff, and it's probably going up against another bot in diamond. So to see it lose all the way back down to gold, I just felt like, you know, this is what I'm paying you for. why are you doing this to me? Why are you losing and disappointing me? Alex is saying, I just picked up a bunch of hay. I'm watching it all fly out the back. Oh, that sucks. How's the weather down there in Florida? You guys getting a cold front too? Jim Morgan, he's kind of a big deal. That should be his brand. He should do a commercial just for himself, for nothing, just for himself, where he's like, I'm Jim Morgan. I'm kind of a big deal. After sound, have you been drinking any eggnog yet? You know, I have not, but I'm in the mood for some now. Today, I'm still trying to be healthy-ish today, and then I'm gonna allow myself, because I have like family Christmas stuff going on from Friday onwards, Friday through Sunday. So I figure I can let the beast out at that point and just go ham on all kinds of foods and desserts and all that. But today we'll try and keep it chill. Yeah, everyone over here is freaking out about the storm of the century. Dias 12, where are you? Are you in Chicago too? Sorry if I forgot if you told me before. Which bot is the best? You know, I have no idea, but I've heard the argument that they are all eventually going to be the same because they're all using the same pool of data. And so I'm sure you can, and I would love this. I don't know if we can ever get, you know, I don't know if Max Power would be the one to talk to from Archmage or maybe one of the devs, but it would be interesting to see how that stuff is actually coded in. Because my assumption is and again, I'm speaking as a completely technically illiterate person, but if you were designing something, it's just like you take the history of all battles with such and such rule set and mana cap. Here are the teams that have generally won, and you will put forward the best team available that mirrors that with the cards that are available in that deck, right? Which is why at the highest level, so like champion, or Diamond 1 and champion, where a lot of folks have max level Chaos Legion, max level Rift Watchers, I'm surprised we don't see more draws, because the bots are putting in the same, if it's bot versus bot, they just keep putting in the same teams against one another, if everybody has max cards. But yeah, so but which bot is the best? So right now, Archmage, they just reduced their fees. I had Max on to talk about that. Xbot, I meant to talk with the Xbot person, but we just never had a chance to connect. I had Splintermate on over the summer, when right after Archmage. So Archmage is going to take a portion of your fees. I believe Splintermate is $1 a month, and Xbot, I believe all you need to do is own the token. There's no additional fees beyond that. So yeah, I mean, if you assume that they're all the same from a competency level, I would say that if you assume they're all the same from a competency level, I would say that it just comes down to pricing preference. So here's the saying: I only play brawls. I let my bot play ranked battles. Yeah, I mean, I love playing ranked in gold because I have a gold level deck and I understand the meta better and it's fun. But as soon as I get into diamond, I want the better rewards, but I don't like. I know that my deck is underpowered against most of the other ones, so I would rather the machine play, because it's just gonna. It's not that I can't be better. There are definitely moments in which I think that I can be better and play better than the bot, obviously. But what ends up happening is we look at it, or I look at it through the law of averages, right? If I'm putting the best team forward like 50% of the time, but the bot can put the best team forward even 51% of the time, that 1% is going to make such a huge difference over the long run, right? And we're talking about 20, 30 battles a day, 365 days a year. So I'll jump in, every time I mean, I have a lot of free moments, but it's like every time I feel like jumping in and playing, I'll do so. But when I get into Diamond, I'm just like, I don't have the cards for it. I know the meta actually in Diamond, I think a little bit better now. But really only like Diamond 3, Diamond 2. Let's see. So you definitely need to say it to him in person. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, I have to say it to Jim Morgan in person? Yeah, I think that's what you meant. Jim Morgan, he's kind of a big deal. I'll let him know. We split a pizza last time. I had the honor of splitting a pizza with Jim. With Jim, he's kind of a big deal, Morgan. This is what we're going to call him. Dice, you're 4 hours east of Chicago. So I'm assuming Michigan, Ohio area, right? So Alex is saying, I tried using Archmage. I didn't like it. Now I use Xbot. Okay, what didn't you like about it? And if you're using Xbot, I wonder if it was the fee structure that was getting to you. So battle data may be the same, but I think the difference is in hand selection algorithm. Archmage has a good hand selection algo. Yeah, so again, I would love to know how this, how all the different services are kind of differentiating themselves. Because at the end of the day, if it just comes down to probabilities and statistics, if you're working with the same data, they should all trend towards the same. I mean, there might be some like little changes here and there, but I would assume that they would all trend towards the same kind of hands. You know what I'm saying, Harris? So Luke is saying it runs through 100 battles. They may not be the same 100 battles, therefore different team outcomes. It then checks. So that's why there are not that many draws. It runs through 100 battles. They may not be the same 100 battles. Interesting. Okay, so they only go back 100 battles? I would have thought that they'd have just like a database upon databases of previous battles that they would be drawing upon. But it should make things interesting as the meta changes over time. And I know, as long as the bots have access and can store all that data, they will continue to outperform humans on again the law of averages, right? Um, but I don't know. I guess it becomes increasingly difficult. So I just finished the town hall. I haven't put together a video. I was like looking at it. I was like, it's 11 o'clock my time already. I can either do a video for the town hall or I can go live. But I told you I was going to go live, so I'm curious to know how people feel about the town hall, and I'll still post. I'll still record a video a little bit later today. Hello, all. What's going on? Gathering the magic comes down to money. Fair. Xbox is also coming with an Xbox Lite token that can be used up to gold. Interesting. Wow. All right. So here come the bot farms. Here come the bot farms. We are all going to create our own bot farms. It seems like that's gonna be fascinating because I wonder if we're reaching a boiling point yet, or if the team just like doesn't really care. Okay, so I want to share something with you guys. Give me a second. Okay, I can't share it on my screen, but I'm gonna share something with you guys that I unfortunately cannot say where I got the information. So you have to just either trust me on it or take it with a grain of salt. But I got some information about where botting is currently at. And hold on. So let's go over to Peak Monsters. I got some information from a third party. And again, that's all I can say, just because I need to be respectful of where I got the information from. So again, take it with a grain of salt. But here's an interesting thing. If we look at the big three public bots, right? There are about 3,000 for Archmage, 2,000 for Xbot, and about 3,000 for and about 5,000. 2,000 for Archmage, 3,000 for Xbot, and about 5,000 for Splintermate. So that's 10,000 public bots, right? So people who are taking advantage of the services there. And then there was info that was privately shared again. But there's a belief that bot farms hold roughly 85,000 bots. And so with that being said, you look at where the current numbers are at, and we've actually seen this uptrend. I don't know if you saw my video recently, but I guess I was wrong. Maybe they aren't consolidating. But that would mean that we're at almost like 100,000 confirmed bots, known bots. So I think that's kind of in line with what we were thinking. But it's just interesting to have some of that information a little bit more readily available. And the more tokens that like Xbot comes out with, the more Splintermate gets their services out there. Xbot and Archmage, I should say. We'll probably continue to see that grow. Yeah, I figure it's just autocorrected. Will we see the status of the Earth Summoner today? It's disappointing. All right, if you guys are ready to really be disappointed, not only will we not see the stats, I think, of the Earth Summoner soon, but also we're not going to get it in time. We are supposed to get this now in 7 days after the big bulk buys that happened. We are supposed to get this in 7 days, which would be December 29th. But I think if you've seen on MavChat, Cryptomancer is going to be out until early January. So I think there's a very strong chance that we may get the stats within the next 2 weeks, but there is a very strong chance that we do not get the summoner for a week or maybe more after we hit the threshold. So I'm curious to see if people are going to get their pitchforks ready or if people are just going to chill out for the holidays. All right, the light token will be cheaper, and they're actually airdropping people the token if you own an Xbot token. Interesting. That should drive the price of the Xbot token up. I should chat with with the creator of Xbot. I'm curious to see how they're trying to differentiate themselves in the market. All right, so I need to catch up on the town hall. The draw means exact same cars in the lineup from both sides. Correct. Not sure if bots nowadays. I feel like I've seen that though. All right, hold up. Why are comments not loading here for me? Disappointed we didn't get the Immortalis stats. Agreed. Same here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Now my comments are caught up. All right. Disappointed we didn't get the Immortalis stats from China or some Asian location. What are we talking about? Are you talking about bot farms? Was it really China? Because I remember in in Steppen, there were Chinese shoe farms that were just minting shoes left and right and just driving the price down on shoes. Or sneakers, sorry. Sneaker NFTs. Harris is saying, yes, that's the disappointing part. They know the pack numbers. They know we burn packs every day. They should have been more prepared. See, and I think, this is what's going to be interesting to watch. Is like there's just a lot of salt in map chat. And there was a lot of salt last time that, this got pushed, even 12 hours. So, but, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to hit it by the 29th or sooner, which I think is awesome to hit 12 million packs by the end of the year. I wonder where that pushes the dates up. And I don't have it available to me right now. I guess I could try to open it. Let's see. Drive. Let's see if I can pull it up. All right. Sorry. I mean, I'm hardwired in, but I think I'm still running into issues here. I'm not even anything. Every time I hear the music skip, I know that there's like internet issues. So we'll see. So yeah, Immortalis. Does anybody remember what the Death Summoner's name is? Did we ever get the Death Summoner's name? I'm going to try and open this. I know it's internet, or my computer. We'll get there. All right, let's see. Who else we got here? Alistios. Good day to you as well. How are you doing? Niz Orb in the house. What's going on? People's Guild. Guys, if you are not listening to the People's Guild podcast, what are you even doing? They got some of the best content out there. Make sure you check them out. And I think they're gonna have some cool people. Or I know they're gonna have one guest coming up soon. So I don't know who else they got on the docket, but excited for more content. Astral Entity. Thank you. Yes, that sounds about right. Astral Entity makes it seem like it'll have phase. I wonder what Immortalis is going to have. Someone said like Life Leech. Yeah. That'd be cool. The Death Capitan. Yeah, anytime, man. You guys are awesome. Foyer, yeah. He mentioned to me that he's going to be on. I'm so excited to hear that conversation. Next week, you ready for the holidays? I'm here now. I'm feeling the Christmas spirit, Christmas cheer. There's no snow on the ground, which I was really hoping for. Wanted to have a white Christmas, but we were supposed to get some snowstorm. It's just not here since last night. So I guess it's been like almost 18 hours at this point. Since last night, I've been hearing nothing but, oh my God, the snowstorm's just going to disrupt the weekend and all that. I guess not 18 hours, but I thought that like my flight was going to get canceled or whatever, but I arrived here. There's no snow. I woke up. There's no snow. So I think it might still be coming, but hopefully it ends up being a nothing burger in terms of like a major snowstorm. Wow, this thing just won't open. Sorry guys, I'm having to sacrifice this, but we'll get there. As soon as this is opened, then we don't have to do anything else. All right, so 11,826,418. 11,826,418. All right, crunch those numbers for me real quick. Ooh, check it out. Okay. So, and I guess I'll do a video later to share these numbers with folks, but we are set to get Immortalis no later than December 28th. So less than a week from today, we are guaranteed to cross that threshold. Sorry, I shouldn't say we're guaranteed to get him, but we are guaranteed to cross that threshold on December 28th or sooner. Now, oh, you know what? I want to change a couple things here. So this is 110, 23. This is 219, 23. Sorry, I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but 330, 23. It's just the spreadsheet here. So if we now do, was it 11,826,418, 11,826,418. Okay, so here's the differences. So we were supposed to get, before this huge buy, we would have gotten it, Immortalis, on January 10th. That's now moved up to December 28th. Astral Entity, the Death Summoner, we were supposed to get on February 19th. That is now moved up 13 days to February 6th. And then the final Summoner, so once we hit 14 million packs, which is the Dragon Summoner, we were supposed to get on March 30th. So right before or around the final burn. That is now moved to mid-March, which is March 18th. Again, this does not account for like about 25 to 30,000 packs that are given out every month for chests. But I think that's kind of negligible. We might see some more buys and stuff over time. So that is that. All right, back to the comments chat. Comments chat. I guess is that a Chicago accent? That's what I always get. Chicago, college, dollar. I don't feel like I talk like that, but I'm guessing retaliate for Immortalis. Dude, that would be too OP. Everybody I hate retaliate, mainly because I don't have a leveled up forgotten one. And that dude has 100% retaliate rate. Retaliate feels like an ability that Immortalis Rintintin would bring to the table. Life Leech would be too powerful, I feel. Scavenger, maybe? Oh, I mean, you don't think Scavenger would be powerful? I mean, just imagine everybody everybody going up in life. The dog could fetch more life. Actually, that's an interesting one. Okay. Life Leech would be interesting. Scavenger would be interesting. I mean, I think they're both too powerful, but... Gavin the Manager, we were supposed to get tons of snow here in Michigan. I got good news that work got canceled today. Don't have to go back until 2023. Gives me more time to make content. Amazing. Super happy for you, dude. Don't you just love that? Like, does that remind you of old school, like old school days, literally in school when like school gets canceled and you're like, yay, snow day, stay from home. Sorry, not stay from home. Stay home. I guess you might still have to work from home, but if work got literally canceled, that's kind of awesome. So around 500,000 packs was sold during this bulk buy. Would you like to take a guess? Will there be another sale in March? You know, I wouldn't be surprised. just because the team loves to surprise us. Um, I don't know. It doesn't make sense that there would be, but I can also see them trying to rush through it. I know people will just continue to be more and more upset because it's just like, I mean, didn't Jeff opens packs buy like a ton of packs in October, and then 2 months later they offer a better deal with the promo card, and it's like, I actually wonder how he's been feeling. I need to reach out to him. Yeah. So I don't know if, here's the thing. 2 months is a significant amount of time. So, if there's guilds, like gaming guilds that are looking at this, I don't know. If there's gaming guilds looking at this, and maybe they're, the holidays, they slept on it, whatever, but they come around in like January or so and get interested, I can see something like that happening. If anything, you know what? I would expect there to be a similar deal to this without the promo card. And I can see that potentially driven by like a large gaming guild that wants to get in, or a large like investor whale that wants to get in. Excuse me. But I wonder how that would go. Like, let me put it this way. So if you spend, like, if you were to imagine if there was like a guild, like a Nifty Arcade or a YGG or some other new gaming guild that comes onto the scene that reaches out to the team, and yeah, I see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it'd be YGG. They spent a lot, but Nifty, I don't know how much they spent. But Nifty or another new gaming guild that says like, hey, we got a bunch of folks that are interested. We've been watching pack sales, but we really only want to get in at the end, right? Like, once, maybe they come in and say like, we want to buy out the rest of Chaos Legion. Maybe in February, once we cross like, 13 million packs or so, I think that's what it is, right? Let's see here. Yeah, February 6th, we're set to do that. Maybe they come in and say, we'll buy out the remaining 2 million packs. What kind of deal can you give us? Right? Or, however much it becomes. And that would be what? That would be $8 million if sold at cost. But obviously that's not going to be the case because there's going to be a lot of bonuses given there, and they may just reflect, the other side. But again, this would be like some kind of outside guild that wants to come in and has just been waiting, right? They've been patient because they saw what happened at the end of the Untamed run. They saw what YGG did, and they want to replicate that, but they're in no rush to get in now because they're just playing the long game. They have the capital, they're sitting on it, they're sitting on it probably in stable coins or in USD, and then they're just going to come in and pull a YGG and like grab all of the packs available. I mean, $8 million is a lot. I don't think that it would actually be that much, but if you have a lot of capital sitting on the sidelines waiting to be deployed, I wouldn't be surprised. And again, maybe that's like a little too bullish of a take, especially in a bear market. But I do believe that like Aggie and Matt are having conversations with larger whales that want to get in, but have no interest in being here right now. They would love to be here when they can make a quick flip. And that's just how whales operate, right? Like, even if you were to buy right now, you got to sit on it for 3 months and then see what happens after things sell out. Whereas, why not wait for there to be a little momentum? Team comes back in January. They start releasing some things January, February, and then you come in and you scoop up the last million, 1.5 million, 2 million packs, whatever it ends up being at that point. You wipe everything clean. Euphoria starts to set in, right? A little positive momentum for folks, and they're just like, oh, it's no longer available. Let's see the prices of packs, potentially go up and card values go up. Again, is that going to happen in a bear market? I have my doubts that it's going to look anything like the Untamed run, but at the same time, I still think that there will be a lot of excitement in the air. Um, and we'll see. I haven't gotten a good analysis of what happened during the Untamed or during the beta sellout, but I believe that happened in a bear market. So I don't know how much that pumped asset prices and all that, but there's so much more to Splinterlands now. The economy is just so much bigger. You have all kinds of all right, someone's saying there's no sound, but they're the only one saying that, so I don't know if that's correct. I guess I can check my settings. Looks like sound is still there. Cool. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Sorry, that was a really roundabout answer for you, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if they offer an extension of the holiday deal without the promo card. And keep in mind, Winterfest goes on for another 21 days. So that could still happen like mid-January. And mid-January, where are we supposed to be from a pack sale standpoint? Mid-January, okay, we'll be somewhere between 12 and 13 million packs. So maybe like 12.5 million, including the burn. Okay, so People's Guild saying, reckon the Dragon Summoner is that artwork hanging above the total pack sale volume in the shop homepage? Gotta be, right? Is there a dragon in here? Shop homepage. Oh, this dude? That'd be interesting. Maybe. Or maybe they just like made that artwork like 18 months ago and just decided to put it in there. Michigan, there's a lot more of us in Midwest than I thought. Yeah, there is, which is why like I'd love to do more stuff in the Midwest, but I don't know if people would be willing to drive to Chicago or another part of the Midwest for that. So Retaliate is great until you go 10 rounds without prosing it. I don't know what that meant. I don't know. For some reason, every time I have Retaliate, or my opponent has Retaliate, they have like 100% Retaliate rate. So that would be along the same lines as Thorns, I think, would force magic and ranged attacks. True. That'd be very similar to Mylar then, yeah. But less OP than Thorns, giving 50% chance. True. I think it's a possibility. Selling it cheap would be better than just burning the packs. I mean, again, it's company revenue. I'm sure they would rather have the money in the bank than burn into thin air. I have 300 for my first buy. Nice. I got Summoner for 78 cents yesterday. What's it at now? Let's go check the market, shall we? I thought I saw the prices jump up a little bit. Kelly's back over $2. It was interesting to see her under $2 for a bit. 83 cents. Tarsa's under $1. Possibilis, though, is up from $10 to $11. Interesting. All right. Thanks for letting me know about the sound stuff, guys. That person was after sound. I love it. So let's see here. How's my bot been doing? Oh, my bot is on a win streak. Let's go. Check that out. Yeah, I'm really not playing as much while I am here in town, and I need to go do some last minute gift shopping. So hopefully we'll get something good in our. Actually, you know what? I may rent some summoners. I think I just didn't want to do it for like 10 days left or 11 days left in the season. But maybe if I'm just going to let the bot play, I want to see if I can get back up to diamond earlier. So Alex is saying, I almost have enough to max my slow now. The only reason I'm doing it is because it's so cheap right now. And I think I need a max copy for my land plot. Well, max summoners are always a good idea. I'm not even worried about my land plot right now. I got 2 plots. Oh, actually, if you don't mind, switch gears here and go check out land. So where are we at? 44. Oh, we're getting close. I want 47. I don't know if we're going to get that, though. I wonder if somebody's going to come and claim a region there. Oh, but check this out. Somebody got a bunch of tracks on 43. Yeah, land should be fun. Hopefully we get more cool stuff with it. It sounds like they have their next 3. They kind of reiterated their next 3 like development releases, which I covered from the last town hall, which is going to be market functionality, then map enhancements, so that you can probably zoom in, see a little bit more than what you see here, and then we'll get phase 1. So again, looking at the calendar. Looking at the calendar, I'll pop it up on here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. If we assume that there's not going to be any kind of release on the 3rd, I mean, that'd be great if there was. But if we assume there's not going to be any kind of release on the 3rd and that land is just going to go boom, 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 then it would be the 10th, which is a Tuesday, would have hopefully the market functions. The 17th would have the map enhancements. And then the 24th, ideally, we would get phase 1, which would be awesome. Because even if you delay that a week, delay all of that stuff a week, we would get the 31st as the final Tuesday in January. And I would really love to see phase 1 of land out in January. If it gets pushed back even further, I guess none of us would be surprised, but I'd still be disappointed. All right, so land hype, gather the magic. How many plots do you have now? Are you renting your cards out and just renting some cards for your bot to use? Renting is still more profitable than playing, right? I just rent what my bot needs while renting my deck out. Yes, so I would probably just rent max level summoners, and then there's certain like max level cards that I would go for, max level Chaos Legion cards and max level rewards cards. So I think what I did last season, and then I would rent out my gold level stuff to offset it. But definitely Chaos Agent and Deep Lurker. Those were 2 that I wanted to have. Definitely a max supply runner as well. God, is it only going for $30 now? It's insanity. So these are the 3 commons. With the rares, let's just do monsters. I did rent out max, these top 3, and I think that's it. So you can see where the meta is shifting to, right? And then did I rent any max these guys? I think I don't know if I rented max Narissa and Forgotten One, but I think I got level 5s, just because they were significantly cheaper and had most of the abilities that I wanted. I think I did rent a max Tusk the Wild. And then legendaries, I did rent a max Queen Mycelia and a max Bakjira. I think that's it though. I have my own max Carnage Titan and Lyra the Dark, but that's it when it comes to legendaries. Everything else is still gold or below. How much is it to rent max Fiends? Oh, Fiends aren't terrible. How much is to buy fiends? Oh, it's still a little pricey. Wait, like, does it seem like these are cheaper per BCX? Oh, yeah. Cheaper per BCX if you buy it separately rather than the maxed out one. Okay, that makes more sense. Gathering says, I have 3 plots and my wife has 1. Want to grab at least a couple more plots. Maybe surprise her. Whoa, only 3 plots? Dude, Gathering Magic, with all of your land hype and trying to get everybody to buy plots and the ROI, I would have thought that you'd had like 30 plots. But respect. I mean, you're hyped regardless. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so I'm actually fascinated by this because it seems like we are not seeing the decline in player base that I was expecting. If bots are consolidating, then that's just a rumor. It's just a rumor. And we're back up to 176,000 players, so there's no way. I don't know what the thing is. I don't know what that was. If they shut off for a day or whatever the case is. But we'll see. 6 months. We've definitely seen a downtrend. I love this. The bots are off for the holidays too. And now I'm gonna keep cracking the whip on my bot. It's gotta make sure that it runs. Gathering says, if I joined the game earlier when they were for sale for 10 to 20 bucks, I would have bought at least a tract. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us can say the same. Wibble wee! Let's go. Good to see you here. All right, it is not even noon yet. So I'm hearing some random noise. Interesting market activity. Look at this. Volume didn't spike, but the amount of cards did. Huh. Who here is burning reward cards? Are you out there, doing splinter cards? I think one of the takeaways for the town hall too is they want to try and get soulbound reward cards out by the end of January. Soulbound reward cards, I should say. So yeah, we're barely seeing these move now. I wonder why. 94%. And they're still at like 94.1%. This right here, I think, is going to be a major issue because you're going to be getting dropped these 3 legendaries for the next year plus. I don't feel like Bilchka, Hardclaw, Shaunus have moved that much, even with the last 6 months with this new reward system. But you know what could be interesting is maybe we see increased drop rates on these when packs are no longer there. But that's only like 30,000 packs a month. So it's like 30,000 cards. Which, is not insignificant, but on the grand scale, it's like still minimal. And if anything, most of it's going to end up being these, right? Ever Hungry Skull, Vampire Bat, Murdampier. Okay. Fascinating. Alex, which ones are you burning? Or are you just trolling? Wibble says bot battles drop with the new rule sets, maybe. I don't think it would drop that dramatically. I'm tempted to bot my account, take a break from the game, and come back after several months to see where the game is at. Yeah, see, this is exactly the sentiment that I feel like most of the community is feeling right now. And Harris, I think if you want to avoid burnout, that's not a bad idea. Bot your account, rent your cards out, do something, but don't leave. I don't know. I feel like I sound a little desperate if I say that, but it's not for me. I'm saying that for you. Like, selling out right now sucks, right? Like, you're at the bottom of the market. But if the project goes to zero, you'll be happy that you sold out. That being said, if you don't want to sell out at zero, at least there are several options. There are several options available to you. You can bot your account, you can rent your cards out, and you can, put the deck up on the Nifty Arcade platform, for example. And that way you can continue earning something from the game, right? Come back in mid 2023, or I would say check back in around like end of March 2023, just to see what it looks like with the end of Chaos Legion. But not burning rewards cards, but buying just above burn value. Cool. Are they going to make non-soulbound reward cards too, or will they all be? My understanding is everything from here is soulbound, but we don't have confirmation. When he said that they were transitioning to soulbound reward cards, I just figured that's exactly what was going to happen. Like, there would no longer be any non-soulbound reward cards. They can solve the print rate issue easy. Hint, hint, see my video from a couple days ago. I need to check that out. Thanks for the heads up, Gathering the Magic. You want to give us a preview here? So, Victor, what's going on? 4,000 DEC instead of packs when they run out. Good old inflation. I doubt that. It'll probably get eaten up with reward cards or SPS. I think for rank battles, we should just get points. Then we could exchange the points for whatever. Potion cards, merits, SPS. Ooh, that's fascinating. I mean, everybody would go for SPS. But if potions, cards, and merits were all account bound, that could be an interesting way to approach the game, where you give people a level of autonomy on, oh, there's some snow. It's really light. Need 5 more Sloan to level 7. You'll get there. I think the card prices will be depressed for at least a couple of weeks here with the holidays. How are those nodes doing? I don't know. Let's go see. I don't think node prices have done anything lately. And more nodes aren't going to sell until and unless they can get the price of SPS and vouchers up, because the earnings on nodes are just atrocious now. Did I miss it? Plot, voucher, untamed. No? Am I blind? Where's license? There's no way that it dropped this far down. Actually, there's a chance that it could have. But really? Oh, if there's no volume in 24 hours, then yeah, it would be at 0. Yep, there you go. $780. 0 volume in 24 hours. Your bid is $752. Your ask is $809. There's not that many on the market. And at $809, is it still a good deal? Oh, let's get something going on here long term. There we go. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. So node licenses. At the current price, if you were to buy from the store using vouchers, even though vouchers are essentially 0, it's a 12.58% APR, which is awful. But you'd essentially be getting like a 30-something percent APR if you buy it off the secondary market. Let's see, 809. You'd be getting a 37% return, even with voucher prices at 7 cents and SPS at 2.5 cents. Fascinating. Fascinating. Red Ted, I've always thought that if the game went to 0, which I doubt, that the community NFTs would be a fabulous place for a new game to start and use the NFTs in a different way. So here's a little bit of bad news and FUD for you, Red Ted, when it comes to this. The thing is, the cards are NFTs. The cards are NFTs in the closed box that Splinterlands is. I don't think you can take the cards out of the game, right? And somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. Because if the servers go down, I think we lose everything. There's no more NFTs available, right? NFTs. It's not like a Rooney, which is a legitimate NFT, where even if OpenSea goes down or even if whatever, you can hold that in a private wallet. I don't believe you can hold the cards in a private wallet, which is something that there was like a bot farmer who like went rogue and went against the team a while back, sued them. People were posting this stuff months ago, like some of the litigation and legal papers of that lawsuit. And one of the biggest arguments was that it was like false advertising, false marketing, so that these aren't real NFTs, if you think about it, because they all exist on a centralized server. And if they go down, right, if Amazon pulls the plug, or whatever the case, everything would essentially be lost. So the team could come, the community could come back together and try to recreate some of that. But like somebody could come in and say, well, we know what all the cards look like, we know what their stats are, but you and what you owned in the game would be wiped out. And somebody could try and recreate that, right? And say, hey, we're going to start from scratch and have like everything available, and we're going to sell all the packs, and we're going to essentially do a 2.0 version of this game. Um, but I don't, yeah, I don't think that you can. I, I think that's a legitimate concern that people aren't aware of. Like, the cards aren't actually, they aren't what the rest of the NFT community would define as NFTs. They are limited print tokens that exist within the Splinterlands ecosystem and the Splinterlands closed kind of environment. But you can't take them out of the Splinterlands environment. You can't use them like a Rooney or something. Where, see, like, the Rooney is actually how I think a lot of the cards should move towards. And I wonder just based, actually, this might become a talking point on 5 Big Takeaways, but Aggie talked about card staking in response to a cooldown issue. And he said that he's going to have Matt come on and talk about it a little bit more. But really, what they should be doing in an ideal world, right, is they sell the packs and these cards exist as NFTs on an open and decentralized blockchain. And right now they do that within a layer 2, for example, like within a layer 2 on Hive. So Hive is the blockchain. Splinterlands is a layer 2 element. Hive Engine is a layer 2 element. But as you can see here, your cards, for example, are not even tokenized on layer 2. Land plots, tracks, node licenses, those are all tokenized for layer 2. That's why you can transfer them between Splinterlands and Hive Engine. And then SPS, DEC, those are all tokenized for layer 2, but your cards are not. You can't go to Hive Engine and sell your individual cards because they're not tokens, and which means that they're not NFTs. You can sell them in game, you can do all the cool stuff with them in game, but they exist only within the closed Splinterlands ecosystem. And really, it's not even an ecosystem. That's the wrong word. From a technical perspective, they are in Splinterlands' sandbox. So Brand Talk is saying that you can tokenize them and move them to Wax. I have heard this. I've never tried it. But the question then becomes, can you play with them? Can you play with them when they're moved off? Because I talked to what's his name? Darkest Night about this too, because he mentioned this as well. You can move them to Wax. But if they're in your private Wax wallet, can you play with them? I don't think so, right? So think about the centralized services that have gone down this year. Again, I'm not saying that like Splinterlands is doing anything nefarious or that it's bad. I'm just saying that the way that it's designed is still very centralized, okay? And hopefully they're moving towards a more decentralized way to go about it. But at this point in time, I don't believe that you can do that. So for example, right, like Rooney would be the perfect example of where I would love the game to go, because Rooney is an NFT that exists on the Ethereum blockchain, and then you can stake it within a protocol, right? You can stake it within a protocol, and you can stake it within a protocol. Oh, and somebody can maybe help me better understand this. You can stake it within a protocol, and then use it within that protocol, right? So we stake it within the Splinterlands protocol. That's a bridge from Ethereum, and we are able to then play it in game. Now, can you imagine if you had to transfer your Rooney from your private wallet to an in-game wallet? Okay. And the best example that I can give, if I'm understanding this correctly, the best example I can give is if you transferred it from a private wallet to an in-game wallet, that would be like transferring it to an exchange, a centralized exchange or a centralized lender, someone like a Celsius, someone like an FTX that has the risk factor of potentially going down. Does that make sense? Whereas, like, if I'm understanding it right, when you just stake it, if the protocol goes down, then your Rooney just becomes unstaked at that point. So that's the difference between Rooney and all of the rest of the cards in the game. If anything ever happens, they go down, they go bankrupt, whatever the case is, or again, even just a simple thing of like there's there's a terror attack on the grid system, and all of Amazon's web services go down. Like, again, I believe this all exists on like AWS, right? So it could not even be an attack on Splinterlands. It could be an attack on AWS. And granted, if that were to happen, I think the world would have way bigger problems, because literally everything on the internet runs on AWS. But the point being is that there's a difference there, right? So I don't know how nodes will combat this, but I do hope we can get, the vision is still there, right? Matt wants a fully decentralized game. And so I think people often mistake that for, well, we're decentralized now, but we're not. Like, we're not even anywhere close to being decentralized. But it's cool to see that the goal is to go there. And the first thing that they did was get governance out. Even though the nodes aren't ready, they got governance out so that the community can start making decisions for the future of the game. And I think that's an amazing thing. So they're at the forefront of this. So, still kudos to them. But for people thinking that we're decentralized now, we're not anywhere close. There's still a huge centralization risk factor. I don't think having a card outside of Hive would be clever, since having them on ETH, for example, would make it impossible to rent, sell, etc., without paying extra gas fees. Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying that they should be on ETH, Elistios. I don't know much about the Hive blockchain layer 1 itself. I just know, basically there's no fees or no whatever. But if you look on Hive, and I don't know if you guys, let me know if you can see, like, if I pull this down, can you see like my keychain? Yes, you can see my keychain. Awesome. Okay, so when I put my keychain down, I have, like, for example, 5.9 Hive in my keychain. Sorry, not in my keychain, but keychain is showing that I have 5.9 or 32 HBD in my Hive wallet. Again, that's different than Hive Engine, because Hive Engine is an exchange. Hive Engine is it's not a DEX. It is a centralized exchange, right? To a certain extent, it is centralized. We know that Aggie, Cryptomancer, like, they're the people that run the exchange. And if Hive Engine were to ever go down and you have stuff on Hive Engine, you would lose it. But if it's sitting in my Hive wallet, if it's sitting here, right, where you can see it on Keychain, it is on the layer 1 blockchain, and it hasn't been moved onto a layer 2 entity like Hive Engine, or a layer 2 entity like Splinterlands, right? Which is where SPS DEC they go back and forth with. So, again, what I'm trying to say with cards is, I don't even know if it's possible, but if you could move the cards to your Hive wallet, for example, right? So I'd be able to hold them in my Hive wallet, which would be fully, or as decentralized as Hive, a blockchain can get. Then I can go through, get the benefits of Hive, use resource credits to stake them in a layer 2 solution, right? Imagine I go to my keychain, but my keychain is like, it's not keychain, but it'd be like a Splinterlands version of keychain, where it would hold all your cards, but in your private wallet. And then you can go and choose, like, all right, I'm going to select all. I'm going to select the few ones that I'm just going to put into the game, but they're just being staked in the game rather than, Again, I don't know. I'm speaking way out of my depth here, but that's my understanding. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's wax. Okay, cool. So you can also move them. Oh, so you can move them to ETH. Several cards for sale on ETH. Where can I find them for sale? Are they on OpenSea? Then maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe that functionality is there, but we all just have our cards in game because it's easier, right? Which is still a centralization risk. It's like leaving all your tokens after you buy them, right? After you buy them, you leave them on FTX. So again, I think, to Aggie's point, card staking might be something in the future where, it's not just, when they talk about staking, it's not like in games or in towers, or whatever. It'd be interesting if you could actually stake it from a layer 1 blockchain or a layer 1 solution and then put it back in. Hello, After Sound, can you order me a pizza? I most certainly cannot. I don't even know your address. Decentralized equals more fees. Anything you move in game from your Hive wallet will cost extra. Useless fees right now. Using LP can quickly and cheaply move. Yeah, again, I think that's one of the benefits of the Hive blockchain, but I think we need to see way more development on it, and get these solutions that exist on the layer 1 and layer 2, right? So, but again, I feel so ignorant in what I'm saying right now, guys. So I would love to actually, if you understand this stuff, if you understand ETH, if you understand Wax, if you understand Hive, I would actually love to have someone come on and chat further so that I can learn, and then I'm not just spouting off some ignorant stuff. I missed the start of this conversation, so I might be missing context. No, we're just talking BS. NFTs are all just code. You have no ownership or intellectual rights to it. You own the right to access it. Rooney is different. You actually own the intellectual rights. Okay, so that's another good point brought up by Icyflow. I do agree with you, though, that not your key, not your crypto part, as long as they don't make the ecosystem a fees fest for everything we move around. Yeah, again, Alicios, I actually think that, let me put it this way. To someone's point earlier, was it your point or someone else? No, to Red Ted points earlier. Not that everybody's going to do it, but if you wanted to take an extra security step, right? If you wanted to take an extra security step, and maybe they find a way to like package your collection as like an NFT in game so that you don't have to have a fee just to put every single summoner, every single monster in game. But if you wanted, for example, to move your cards and collection to your private wallet on Ethereum, on Polygon, on Binance, on Solana, whatever chain you choose. I think right now they only have compatibility with Binance and Ethereum. And I think there's a lot of FUD around Binance, right? So I'd be a little wary of that. But let's say you wanted to move your card collection so that you owned it, right? Game could go down, but you still have all of these NFTs. You wanted to move it to Ethereum. I think it'd be cool if they offered that option. Would it be a fee fest? Absolutely. But for people who have like one of 3 gold Archmage Ariuses, or one of 80 something Archmage Arius, or you know what I'm saying? Like if that was of value to you, that you could see, well, I want this regardless, even if the game goes down, I want to have it. I'm willing to pay the fees, just like Rooney, to move it to Ethereum, and just stake it in game. I think you get many people doing that. Not with your simple rewards cards or your, low level Chaos Legion stuff, but if you had cards that have actual value, that even if the game goes down, it would still be a flex for you to say, yeah, I own this card in Splinterlands, right? I think, or Prince Julian, whatever else is up there, Prince Julian, Lord of Darkness. Like, I think that there would be some people that take advantage of that. Now, if they can find a way to make it so that, it's easy to do, to get it off chain, I don't know. That'd be interesting. Does that mean having a Rooney makes me intellectual? Yes, it does. You are quite intellectual, DJ Bagman. All right, so hold up. Wait. Thank you for sending this to me. Anubis or Andrew. So here is the OpenSea page for Splinterlands cards. Now this gets me a little wary. It seems like it wasn't set up by the official team, but by some random other username. But here you can see cards that I suppose have been taken off of Hive and have been transferred into Ethereum. That's pretty cool. This page is too bright for my face, so let's go to something dark again. There we go. All right. What's up, Rift Summoner? Good to see you here. Check out Legal Eagle's video on NFTs. He covers it pretty well, though he didn't cover gaming NFTs. I think gaming is an exception to what he covered. Yeah, again, like gaming, I think that there's a lot still to be figured out, especially from like a legal standpoint, legal, technical, all that stuff. I think gaming NFTs got looped in with everything else because ultimately, at the end of the day, they do exist as like within the terms of a game or a project, they can exist as both non-fungible and tokens within those respective ecosystem. Now, does that make them NFTs as we know them on a broader scale? I would say no, if they're not, if they can't be fully, utilized or accessed in the same way. But again, so Alicios is saying, I agree, but let's be honest. If the game hypothetically goes down, we'd be left with lose cards without any use for them. No more SPS DEC, but I totally get your point here. Yeah, again, I mean, we're talking about like catastrophic situations. I think, again, it was more so Red Ted's point where it's just like we'd still own the cards even if the game goes down. But I just wanted to say no, actually we wouldn't. So but hopefully we'll get to a point where that will be the case. Because again, for me, NFT without a use for them is nothing but expensive JPEG. Yeah. Well, I think to Red Ted's point is that like they would turn, if the game goes down and we had them in our own private wallets, they would turn into JPEGs. But if somebody or the community was willing to crowdfund a way to get a version 2.0 of the game back up and running, then there would be use cases, right? Because that team or that project would be able to go and say, okay, look at all of these cards that people still have that they maybe took off chain, whatever the case is. You can come and you can use it in this new game, right? So not if we have nodes running. Again, I don't know what the depth of nodes are, but the first part for nodes is just to decentralize SPS, and I don't. And we're not even close to where that's going to be out yet. Then they want to essentially get the entire game on there, but I honestly think we might be years away from that. I don't know. I think the technology might be a little advanced for what the team is capable of doing right now. Our cards are linked to the company surviving to exist. Someone could fork it, but that wouldn't be able to use the images or anything. Yeah, that's true too. Again, if they existed as actual NFTs where, we own the copyright, then we could go in and essentially create a second game collectively. But yeah, I don't know. Back to work. See ya. I think I'm actually going to keep the stream a little bit shorter today, guys. I don't know. I have like a headache here. I think the cold is getting to me. But if there's any other thoughts, anything you want to discuss, I will try to continue pumping content out. I know generally when I travel, it becomes much slower, but I want to give my 5 biggest takeaways, which I guess I can give you a little preview of here. Let's see here. I'm just going to read my notes. So this isn't a final thing because I haven't brought it down yet, but I have a couple things here. So it sounds like they want to do regular holiday deals. 16-bit was on talking about that. Gladiator tournaments should be around the corner, which is exciting. They had Living Soil, who is like the agile manager on the team. And it looks like they have this whole new development process cycle, which is interesting. I'm going to go into a little bit more depth on that. I don't know agile that well, but I'm going to kind of talk through what he was saying. Reward cards, end of January. There's some land eye candy. Guild alliances, Weirbeard said that they're trying to shoot that out by the end of Q1. So some time frames here. That'll probably be part of the biggest takeaways. But I may just listen to it again on 2x speed to make sure I didn't miss anything. The Riftwatcher deal with CL packs as bonus packs. Yeah, but again, see, and I wonder if it's just the holidays that has the team dragging their feet on this. But, people have expressed interest in there being a deal for Rift Watchers, right, for the holidays. And the team says, well, we can't do that because the DAO owns it. excuse me, the DAO owns it. And so, the team can't unilaterally make decisions. But if the DAO owns it, that means the community owns it. And what I think is a huge, um, how do I put this nicely? Okay, I'll just be blunt. I think the community should be able to do proposals. I really don't know why the community is not able to put in proposals right now. Make it cost a fee so that people are not wasting their time, and blowing things up. But you make it cost X amount of SPS, for example, and you just have that go into the DAO. That feeds the DAO. But people have a lot of great ideas out there right now, and what's killing me is this. Not killing me. I'm getting a little dramatic here. What I'm struggling to understand is why that's not available for the community to do. Now, could it just be a resource issue, right? The team just laid off half their staff. Then yeah, right. Like, even if the community voted on something, are we gonna get someone who, are we gonna get the resources to do it? But that just gave me an interesting idea. It's just like, if they want the team, if they want the community to drive this project forward, is it out of the realm of possibility that they did say it'll be up for a vote? Okay. I mean, they said a bunch of things are going to be up for a vote, but we haven't seen anything, which makes me feel like it's holidays and resources, right? They don't have that. But I would love for the DAO, meaning the SPS stakeholders, to hire an engineer to work cross collaboratively with the team, but be accountable and answerable to us. So, for example, community wants something, we propose like this feature, and we now have a developer who can work on that for us, right? In tandem with the rest of the team. But they're hired by us, the community. And then they work closely with the team to make sure that they're gonna, whatever else that we need it from creative, we need it from whatever. But to me, that would be so cool, because it's just like, okay, what does the community want to focus on first? We get one developer, we pay him X amount of dollars per year that comes out of the DAO as his salary, right? And then we get to vote and propose, like, what are the things that we want him to be doing? What are the things that matter the most to us, right? And this would be outside of land. This would be outside of like Rebellion. This would be outside of like the major things that the team is working on. But there would definitely be some opportunities for quality of life stuff. Maybe he could partner up with Weirdbeard and get some stuff happening within brawls or guilds, or guilds might still be part of the broader team, but tournaments, right? Like, I don't know. To me, that would be exciting if we had somebody who was accountable to us, who we as SPS stakeholders got to hire. So again, it would still all be under the Splinterlands banner, and they would be working with the Splinterlands team every single day, but they're not paid by the Splinterlands team. They're paid by us. They're accountable to us. And so I think, especially if you start with something small, just a quality of life guy, right? Quality of life guy, where it's just like the team is so focused on land, they're so focused on guilds, they're so focused on all the major things. It would be super cool to have somebody who could just come in and be like, you know what? Music, for example, like, everybody's talking about the music and how, oh my gosh, the music, we need like volume settings, we need quality of life for like musics, or filters when we're picking our teams or whatever, like just small stuff like that. Or it's just like, hey, hey, DAO dev guy, like, can you go and like fix this for us? Because Nate's busy working on this with creative, and the developers are busy working on land and all this stuff. So it's just like, can you go in and figure out what needs to be done and then just do it? Like, we would love for that to happen within like a 2-week time period. And then, they're talking about the whole like Scrum Agile thing. Like, the community then gets to be a part of that, where it's just like, we look at these 2-week development and delivery cycles, and it's just like, okay, what do we want our dev? What do we want community dev to do for the next 2 weeks, for the next 4 weeks, for the next 6 weeks, right? And we just like come together, vote. And I don't know. There's that could be something cool, in my opinion. And I don't know if Splinterlands is ever going to get there, but when I think about starting a project, like if I were to ever start my own game and have it be like fully decentralized from the get-go, I think that would be a really cool way to do it, where the community just gets involved from the beginning. And it's just like, everything is transparent. And it's just like, all right, here's what we need to do, right? The town halls would be, and I think Splinterlands would like to get there. I don't know if they ever will, but I think they'd like to get there at some point. But a true, and Foyer has talked about this in the past, a true like decentralized project, true like decentralized game where you start off from scratch and it's just like, sure, okay, here's a core team that, you know, the DAO is going to provide salaries for, but the core team is going to show every week or every month, like here's the roadmap of like what we're trying to deliver, right? Here's where our progress is. Nothing is hidden behind the wall. Nothing's hidden behind like corporate walls the way that it currently is with Splinterlands, which is understandable. I'm not trying to say like Foyer opened my mind up to, or my eyes up to this, where it's just like, yeah, you know, Splinterlands is still a very Web 2.5 game, right? And he, in further conversations with him, I then became fascinated with the idea of like a true Web 3.0 game that was started, run, and managed by the community. And so again, I'm just kind of riffing off here, but to me, it's interesting, and I wonder how many people would take part in something like that, and how quickly you could move, because there's a risk of then like too many chefs in the kitchen, right? But at the end of the day, the vote is the vote, and people who want to come in, be part of the project, and push it forward, you know, that could be interesting. So DJ Bagman saying you can hire me. Yeah, man. Well, you know, we'll see how things play out. But overall, I think I'm gonna go do some last minute gift shopping before the snow really starts to stick here. And oh, hold on, we have a couple more comments. So it's a good idea, but it might be complicated. For example, we need to know how much we'll be paying the developer. There has to be clear timelines and need 100% transparency because it's our funds. Oh yeah, Harris. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's just like everything would be upfront, available, and transparent. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Where this is where it could get really interesting, because then everybody who's part of the project would want to tune into the town halls, because the town halls are no longer the team presenting something unilaterally to us. The town halls then become, okay, here is, you know, here's the dev, here's creative, here's whatever. Here are the timelines that these guys are giving, right? We want to get, like, let's say we made a simple card game like Splinterlands. We want to get, you know, this card game up and running in 6 months. And they are giving their best estimates for what they can accomplish in the next 2 weeks, in the next 4 weeks, in the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, right? And then every week you just come in and like one of the meetings, it's like, imagine it like the town hall is not a town hall, but it's literally a community meeting, a project meeting that is held externally for everybody, right? And whoever the developer is going to have to be really patient. Whoever's like running is going to have to be patient. The community is going to have to be patient too, because it's like, we want this. And then the developer is going to say, well, okay, in order to do that, I estimate it's going to take, you know, 4 weeks. And that's with me working on it, right? Or something like that. And then maybe 1 week in, they're going to come in and say, I didn't make as much progress, so this might actually get pushed out. And if they keep doing that, then all of a sudden, like, we as a community can come in and be like, all right, it's time to replace this guy. Now that could get crazy real fast. So I understand, you know, this could get super messy. But I do think that there should be like some kind of contract given where it's just like, okay, you're hiring someone for like to create this part of it. And you know, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. Nothing like this, I don't think, has ever been done from like a full transparency and ownership of a platform and a project and a game. But Web3 makes it possible. And I am so curious to see if we ever get something like that, because I would love to be a part of it just to see how it works. If I can't create one myself, I'd love to like just be a part of it and see how it works. Happy holidays to you as well, Tails. Wishing you all legendary gold footballs. Amazing. Have fun gift shopping. I'll see you later. All right. The developer cannot refuse to answer when questions. That would be fun. Yeah, no, I mean, the developer will be coming on and literally saying like, I think I can deliver this in X amount of time. And I will be back next week to show you like what my progress has been and how we're getting there. Right. And if I have to like update the ETA. So again, it's an interesting concept. I think somebody's going to do it. Right. It's just a matter of when, where, who's going to put together that kind of team. But I think it's possible. And I think that's what really excites me about Web3. So, all right, or we're getting on like some crazy tangents here, guys. I will catch you all. Actually, I think the plan is, as of right now, still to stream the morning of Christmas. So we're gonna try and do that. Darkest Night and I. So if obviously if you got Christmas plans, go hang with your family. But our goal is not to just come on here and do content, talk BS. We're gonna try and do it where we open it up to everybody, so people can come in and just chat. And we'd love, or at least I would love, and I know he probably feels the same way, would love to like actually chat with folks, people who are in the comments here, and see you face to face and wish you happy holidays. So if you're free, if you got nothing to do, if you're missing the Splinterlands game community and all that, we're gonna try to hop on for at least a couple minutes, or I don't know, maybe I could probably commit like 30 minutes to an hour the morning of Christmas, and we'll give that a try. Oh, I forgot to wear my hat today. Oh, I didn't even bring my hat. I gotta see if my parents have one. So I'll have to wear one on that day. But happy holidays to all you folks. I hope you are doing well. Stay safe anywhere you are. It seems in the U.S. right now, it seems like we're getting cold front. If you're out in the rest of the world, I hope you enjoy the holiday season, whether you or not you celebrate. Hopefully this is just a nice time to relax, to reflect, to hopefully enjoy some more gaming, and spend some good time, quality time with your loved ones. So we will try to drop by on Christmas. Please tell the exact time of the stream. It'll probably be around the same time that I usually stream on Sundays. So like whatever time it is for you right now, anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours before this is when I'd like to start. Like 9:30 for me. Yeah, 12:30 now. So 9:30 for me or 10:30. So whatever time it is for you right now, ideally I like to start like 3 hours before this. Today I got a little bit of a later start. I got in late last night, and so it's just catching up with family and all that. But take care. Happy holidays. We'll see y'all soon. As Tails said, for those of you celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever the case is, whatever kind of gifts you may be getting in the next couple of days, I hope they are awesome and fulfilling. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video and see you around. Take care.